Hello, everyone. It's me, and I'm back for another review of The Oval, Season 5, Episode 4. And the title of this episode was called Coming Clean. This episode was more slow paced, so this is going to be a quick review. Before I get started with this review, I want you guys to like this video, share this video, subscribe, and you can also comment down in the comment section below this video if you guys know of any interesting television shows or movies that you like to watch. You can mention them in the comment section below this video, and I'll take into consideration of watching those interesting television shows and movies, and I might review them. What I'm going to do is talk about the highlights. That's what I always do. I'm going to talk about the highlights of this episode. And as I get closer to the latest episode, and I think they're on, I think this season we're like 12, 11 or 12 episodes in. And as I get closer and closer to the latest episode, I'm just going to be posting reviews of the older episodes of season 5 leading up to the latest episode. All right? Does that make sense? All right, let's get started with this review. This episode starts off with Richard being in the morgue and he has to identify the body. And just like I mentioned in the last review that I did for the previous episode, episode 3, I wondered if it was going to be a situation I wondered if this was going to be a situation where Richard identifies the body and it turns out not to be Barry. Towards the end of the episode, what's her name? Not Sharon, Nancy. She reveals to Richard that she had sex with his father multiple times. It wasn't just a one-time affair. And as if you guys remember in one of the previous seasons, it was revealed that Nancy had sex with Richard's father, and she actually had a child with Richard's father. And it was revealed that in this episode that Richard's father's name was Clarence. And it makes me wonder if she had more children by Richard's father as well. Like it makes me wonder if Barry's even Richard's son. Yeah. So I like how these dynamic. Well, I'm not gonna say I like how these dynamics are turning out. I think it's interesting how these dynamics are playing out because, like on one of the previous episodes, I was speculating as to if River was Jason's half brother or like cousin. I think it's interesting how these family dynamics are going to play out, and I think it's going to be interesting to find out if Nancy had more children by Richard's father. Hunter wakes up from being unconscious, and then he finds out that the VP Eli has been sworn in as president. However, when he tries to get out of bed, he ends up falling back out. What else happened this episode? Donald and Lily. Not too much happened with Donald and Lily except like a brief exchange. Alan is still in jail, and the cellmate that was brought in, his cellmate was hired to kill him, and the guards, he told him that the guards were paid off, so like he was going to kill him that night. And apparently there was some drugs that were lost, and it was like $300,000 or something like that. And the cellmate that was brought into Alan's cell has been ordered to kill him. Cal was flirting with Max. I don't see any chemistry there. Kareem's cousin takes Dale to the pharmacy and he makes Dale read off all of the names of everyone that bought the drugs that were laced. And it was I think I want to say it was like 4 or 5 people that he read off the list, maybe 6 or 7. And Kareem's cousin tells Dale that everyone that took the drugs that were laced, or everyone that bought the drugs that were laced, were overdosed. They overdosed. So immediately Kareem's cousin, and until I find out what Kareem's cousin's name is, I'm just going to call him Kareem's cousin. So Kareem's cousin takes a picture of Dell and he sends it to somebody, and he tells the person that was on the phone that's the person that Dale was the person that mixed the drugs, and he said that was the same person that assaulted Kareem with the bat. But it's not revealed who Kareem's cousin called. I want to say it was the police, but it wasn't specific. Towards the end of this episode, Victoria gets ready for Eli to come upstairs to the residence. And when we get to the scene where Eli actually goes upstairs to the residence, they start drinking and they start having a conversation. And then at the end of the episode, They go to the bedroom and they start having sex, and that's when Hunter walks in and catches them having sex. And I really don't see the dynamic between, I mean, not the dynamic. I don't see the chemistry between Victoria and Eli. I don't think that there's much chemistry there at all. But yeah, and oh yeah, Sam was getting beat up. That was another highlight of this episode. How Priscilla paid a bunch of guys to come to her house and beat up Sam, and Sam swore that he would never come back to the house again, and if he sees her at work, he won't speak to her, and he agreed to stop having sex with the first lady. And here's the thing, Sam only had sex with her one time, sex with Victoria one time. He hasn't had sex since then. So I wonder, here's the thing, like Sam never said that he was going to get a divorce from Priscilla. He never said that he was going to divorce Priscilla. When she was saying, when they were in the living room and Sam was getting beat up, and he agreed never to come back to the house, and he agreed not to speak to her at work. He never said that he was going to divorce her. So I'm not too sure where their relationship is headed, because Priscilla's really not being specific on what she wants from Sam. Like yeah, she doesn't want anything to do with him, but she hasn't really made it clear that she wants a divorce. She might have made it clear, she might have said something like that in one of the previous episodes on a different season, but now on season 5 is not really clear of what she wants as far as a relationship with him. Like, does she like want the relationship to be over, or she's just doing this because she's currently mad at him? This could be a phase for Priscilla, and until she gets over Sam sleeping with the first lady, this is probably what their relationship is going to be like. And that was pretty much all of the highlights for this episode. I mean, there wasn't much else that happened during this episode. Besides, there was nothing else big that happened during this episode except, like, the fight between Alan and the cellmate. But that was pretty much it. Um, yo, was there anything else that happened? Anything that stood out? No. Yeah, so that's about it for this review. Like I always say, like this video, share this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also, if you know of any interesting television shows or movies, you can leave it in the comment section below this video, and I will consider reviewing those interesting television shows and movies. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in to this podcast. You guys have a good one.